12. The village doctor and the wealthy ManIn a village, there lived a kind-hearted doctor named Karen. He treated everyone, rich or poor, and never charged the poor for his services. One day, a wealthy man who had always been healthy suddenly fell seriously ill. He sought the help of Karen, the village doctor, for his treatment. Karen, as usual, treated the man with great care, but the recovery was slow. Frustrated by the slow progress, the wealthy man accused Karen of being incompetent and refused to pay him for his services. However, Karen continued to treat him without any resentment. One day, a group of poor villagers came to Karen and asked him for help. Their children were ill, and they had no money to pay for the treatment. Karen immediately agreed to help them and treated the children with the utmost care. The wealthy man witnessed this act of kindness and realized his mistake. He saw that Karen never hesitated to help anyone in need, regardless of their ability to pay. Overcome with guilt, he approached Karen and apologized for his behavior. He not only paid for his treatment but also donated a large sum to help Karen continue his noble work. Karen accepted the apology with a smile and said, "True wealth is not measured by what you have, but by what you give." Moral: kindness and service to others are the true measures of a person's character. Generosity can transform even the hardest of hearts. 13. The Shepherd Boy and the Wise Sage. In a remote village, there was a shepherd boy named Arjun who took care of his sheep every day in the hills. One day, while he was resting under a tree, he saw a wise sage passing by. The sage stopped and asked Arjun, "Why do you look so sad, my boy?" Arjun replied, "I feel that my life is meaningless. I am just a shepherd, and I will never achieve anything great." The sage smiled and said, "Come with me to the top of the hill, and I will show you something." Curious, Arjun followed the sage to the top of the hill. When they reached the top, the sage pointed to a small spring of water. He said, "Do you see this spring? It starts as a tiny stream here, but as it flows down the hill, it grows bigger and stronger, eventually becoming a mighty river that nourishes many lands." Arjun looked puzzled. The sage continued, "Like this spring, you may start small, but with determination, hard work, and kindness, you can grow and achieve great things. Every small step you take in your life adds up to something much greater." Inspired by the sage's words, Arjun decided to work hard and learn more about the world. He became known for his wisdom and kindness, and he went on to achieve great things in his village and beyond. Moral: no matter how small or insignificant you may feel, with determination and perseverance, you can achieve greatness. These stories continue to impart valuable lessons on kindness, fairness, perseverance, and generosity. If you want more stories or a specific theme, feel free to ask. 14. The Carpenter and His Apprentice. In a quiet village, there was a skilled carpenter named Mohan who was renowned for crafting the most beautiful furniture. One day, he took in an apprentice named Ravi, a young and eager boy who wanted to learn the art of carpentry. Mohan was a strict teacher and demanded perfection from Ravi, who often struggled to meet his standards. One day, Mohan gave Ravi a piece of wood and told him to carve a small stool out of it. Ravi worked hard, and after hours of carving, he presented the stool to his master. Mohan examined it and frowned. "This is not good enough, Ravi. The legs are uneven, and the finish is rough. Start over." Ravi was disheartened but determined to improve. He tried again and again, each time facing the same criticism from Mohan. Finally, on his 10th attempt, he carved a stool that was almost perfect. Mohan smiled and said, "Good job, Ravi. Now, sell it in the market." Ravi sold the stool and earned a small amount of money. Mohan then handed him a piece of even rougher wood and said, "Carve a chair this time." Ravi sighed but went to work with renewed determination. He put all his skills and experience into making the chair. After days of hard work, he finished it, and Mohan again examined it carefully. This time, he nodded approvingly and said, "You've learned the most important lesson of all, perseverance. Never give up, no matter how hard it gets." Ravi's skills grew rapidly, and he eventually became as renowned as his master, known for his beautifully crafted furniture. Moral: success does not come easily, it requires patience, perseverance, and learning from one's mistakes. 15. The Three Wise Monks and the Miser. In a small village lived a miserly man named Gopal, who was known for hoarding his wealth and never sharing it with anyone, not even in times of need. One day, three wise monks passed through the village and decided to visit Gopal's house to teach him a lesson about generosity. They knocked on Gopal's door and said, "We are travelers on a long journey and have not eaten for days. Would you be kind enough to share some food with us?" Gopal, annoyed by the request, responded, "I have nothing to give. Go and ask someone else." The monks nodded and left. That night, a terrible storm hit the village, and Gopal's house began to leak. Unable to sleep, he was frustrated by the situation. The next morning, the three monks returned and asked, "Dear sir, we have brought a magical gift for you. This stone can turn anything it touches into gold, but it only works for those who share with others." Greedy for the gold, Gopal invited them in and offered them a small portion of his food, thinking he would get much more in return. The monks smiled and asked him to place the stone on a piece of iron. Gopal eagerly complied, but nothing happened. The monks then said, "The magic of this stone lies not in gold, but in the heart. When you give selflessly, you receive blessings far greater than any treasure." Realizing his greed, Gopal felt ashamed. From that day on, he began to share his wealth with the villagers, helping those in need. Over time, his reputation changed from that of a miser to that of a generous man. Moral: true wealth lies in generosity and kindness. The more you give, the more you receive in goodwill and blessings.